Hey guys, hope you're all keeping well. So in today's video, as the title suggests, I'm going to be going over a little problem which I've encountered with the M140, and that's with the coolant dropping below minimum. I'm hoping this video's not going to be too long. I'm hoping it's a quick fix on what I've come across. But if it's coming up as a long video, then obviously it's been more of a problem. So fingers crossed it's not. So a bit of a background first of all in terms of what's actually happened. Now, on the video I did of the road trip, the small road trip I did to Mainsgill Farm Shop, as I was actually leaving the garage, my actual garage at home, which I'm in now, it came up with a coolant low warning on the display. So when I got out and checked it, the coolant was actually substantially quite low in there. So I managed to get that sorted out, get that topped up. We did the run to Mainsgill Farm Shop, run back, the car run absolutely fine, parked it up, left it. Next day I've had a look, the coolant's dropped slightly, not as much as it was before. So with that, I'm obviously having to do a little bit of digging into it and see what the actual situation is. So initially, I've done visual inspection all of the engine bay. I can't see any kind of leaking anywhere whatsoever. There's no leaking underneath the car. Can't see any leak on any of the pipings or any of the housings, anything like that. There's no water or anything coming out through the back of the exhaust, anything like that. One thing I did notice though is when I'm taking the actual the cap off the coolant, the larger coolant reservoir, the smaller coolant one for the intercooler, I believe it is, that one's perfectly fine, level, no issues at all. It's the larger one which cools down the engine. That's the one what's dipped. The cap for that was difficult to get off, and there's a lot of residue. A lot of residue all over it, like basically like someone blowing dust all over the place when I did the cap. It all came off around it. So I don't know if that's actually perished or not. When I've actually been looking at some forums, I didn't realise that apparently using coolant is quite common on these cars, on the B58 engine. And apparently one of the most common reasons for that is a fault on the actual cap itself. So I'm hoping it's just that, it's a quick fix. The car's under warranty anyway, so if I don't get it resolved with this, then I'm going to obviously get that sorted out on the warranty side and get it looked at properly. But it's to save a bit of messing about. What I've done, I've actually ordered another part for that. Ordered that from BMW. I'm hoping that comes this week, and some coolant, some proper coolant for the car as well. So if it does dip in the meantime, I can properly top it with that instead of just using ionized water to get that topped up. I don't want to put too much of that in because I want to make sure it's all balanced out correctly. So what I'll do is we'll have a quick look under the bonnet. First time showing under bonnet on this. I'll show you what I mean with the cap, see if it's still as bad as it was, because I did clean it up a little bit, so it won't be as bad as it was, but you'll still be able to see what I mean, and we'll take it from there. Right, okay, so we're going to have a quick look at it now. We're going to try and get this cap off. It's this one, which I'm on about, which is the one which is below minimum. Let's get this off. It's a bit looser now. Have a little look at this. Still quite stiff. It feels like it's threaded. Could be a two-hand job, this. It should not be this difficult. Have a little look. Yeah, you can see a lot of crap underneath it there. Yeah, looking at the coolant so far, you can see that in there. You can't really see that, but that is a right state, to be fair. That cap, and the way around there. So that, yeah, that's not looking quite over, to be fair. So I'm hoping, just changing that cap, I should be fine. With this one, stiff, but that's pretty much come straight off. No problem whatsoever. That one's clean. See the fluid in there. If that focuses right. Nah, it's not really the focus. But yeah, that one's spot on. So yeah, that's one about with a bit larger one, but that's one I'm trying to think it might be the cap because of all that. I could be completely wrong, but when I've been reading the forums, it does say that that is a common problem with these. So that's going to be the first part of call. But yeah, it has got a lot of residue all the way around it, particularly all the way around there. So I'll have to get all that cleaned up, and then get the new cap on that when that comes. But that is tight as hell. But like I say, I've looked absolutely everywhere, all around engine bay, underneath the car. Can't see anything under there. What could be? Let's get it all off. Under there, it could be causing a problem. So I hope it's just that. But once the part comes, we'll be able to properly check. Get that on. Right, so that's on. So that's about it for that. So I only ordered the bits yesterday, so I'm hoping to come this week. It's currently Monday. We are planning to do a big run on it in Saturday and get some footage of a road trip. We're off to Cheshire Oaks, so that's going to be quite a long journey in this, so that will then be the longest we've been in it, and then we'll have a look around the shops there and that, bring you guys along with me. But yeah, so I'm hoping to have it on there, so that'll be a good chance for me to actually do a good run in it and get a good test, and so we'll just see how we go. So sorry for lighting's crap, guys. I'm actually doing this next bit back at garage once again. Weather's absolutely terrible outside, so it's been a couple of days. The parts arrive, I've got the cap, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean down the top of the coolant bottle, get this fitted, and then we can see how things go, and hopefully that can solve the problem. Okay, so we'll get the coolant cap a really good clean off. We've got it topped up. Again, it's just above minimum on there, just so I can have a good idea then if it does drop below. But I will check again in a couple of days time once I've done some good mileage and then top it up properly. But I want to get it to a level where I can see if it is actually losing any. This is an example of the old actual caps. You can see state of that one. When I've just cleaned all that up, there were once again a lot of residue all over it. This one's perfectly clean. Now getting that off once again was an absolute nightmare, and getting it on stiff. So we'll get this cap on now and see what it's like. Get that on. So it gets stiff, but that's how that should be. Just trying to get it off. Yeah, that's a loads better. I wonder if that is the problem. I'm hoping that's a problem, because it's cheapest fix. Like I said, with this weight postage, it just cost me 25 quid. So if that doesn't solve it though, I can get onto the warranty and get that side sorted out. But we'll check in with a couple of days and we'll see how we get on. So guys, it's been 2 weeks since I got the coolant cap. Put that on, done quite a bit of running, a couple hundred miles. So far seems so good, the coolant's not dropped whatsoever. So I believe that's actually solved that problem. Which I'm pleased, because we're a bit of panic, but I do have warranty on the car and things like that, so if there are going to be any other issues, I'd obviously get sorted down that route. We've got a long drive to do in it tomorrow. I've got this week off work. We're actually going to be doing another road trip video, so we're going actually up to the Lake District, probably up to Windermere. So I'll be getting some footage on that, but we've got another good big run in the car, so we'll be able to double check, make sure everything's all fine with it. But I've done a lot of running with the car for the last 2 weeks, and the coolant's not dropped whatsoever, so I believe that's sorted. And like I say, it was a common problem with those, but looks of it according to forums. It's just the it threaded the coolant cap, and it was just basically escaping through there. There was a lot of residue all the way around the cap, and that it was an absolute nightmare to get the cap off. The new one's on, it just comes on and off really easily and simply. So anyway, I hope this video has been informative for you. I'm hoping there's not going to be a part 2 to this video, because if there is, that means there's more of a problem with the car in terms of the coolant side. So I'm hoping this is just it and that's a problem solved. Give this video a like if it's been useful. Please consider subscribing for more content, and I'll catch you on the next one.